Welcome to another tutorial on how to create games and animations on Scratch. In today's video, we'll be creating a race to finish project. So let's start. Let's click on tips and open up race to the finish. Race to the finish. Make a game where two characters race each other. Get ready for the 2016 Olympic Games in Brazil. So let's click here to start. So we need to choose a backdrop for the race. Click the backdrop icon to open the backdrop library. Then choose the backdrop you want, such as track or beach Rio. So I'm going to choose track. So we can scroll down and look for track and click OK. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on our cat. So let's select our cat, go to the script area and drag out move 10 steps. Move 10 steps. Then we're going to move by pressing a key. So let's go to the events category and drag out when this key or when this space key is pressed, block and snap it on top. When space key is pressed, click on the drop down arrow and you can choose any other key you want, but I'm going to stick with space. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a finish line. Draw the finish line using the paintbrush icon to draw a new sprite. So we click on the paintbrush icon and draw a new sprite. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the line tool. Okay, so the line tool, and we're going to select the color you want from the color palette, which is down here. Then we're going to make our line a bit thick by using the sliders here at the bottom where it says line width. And then we're going to draw a nice straight line. Once you've done that, you can click and drag your line to the end of your project or at the end of your backdrop. Then we can use this eraser tool to erase the parts that we do not need. Okay, if you've done a mistake, you can click on the undo button here on top and try again. All right. Then we're going to click on script. Then we're going to do a thing called if you reach the finish line. So click on your cat, sprite 1, and you're going to go to events and no, you're going to go to control and drag out if then statement and put it right underneath move 10 steps. Then you're going to go to sensing and you're going to drag out touching mouse pointer and put it in this block right here where it says if. Then you're going to click the drop down arrow and click on sprite 2, which is your line. Now make something happen when your cat reaches the finish line. So we're going to go to looks and drag out say hello for 2 seconds and put it inside the if statement. Then we're going to type here, I did it. I did it. Okay, so now let's practice. Drag our cat to the start of the line and click on the space key to get to the finish line. Once it touches that finish line, it should say, I did it. Now we want our cat to start at the starting point. So To go to the starting point, we need to reset the sprite at the beginning of the game. So we're going to click and drag our cat all the way to the beginning of our stage. Then we're going to go to events and drag out when green flag is clicked. Go to motion and drag out go to X and Y block. Change the X value to -200 and the Y value to -45. So now if you click the green flag, it should start at the starting position and you can press on your space key and get to the finish line. Click again on your green flag and see if your cat goes to the starting line. Next thing we're going to do is add another sprite to our race. So let's choose a new sprite and look for anyone you want. New sprite. Gonna go scroll down a bit and look for a sprite. And I'm going to click on dog 2 and click OK. Alright, so we now need to have our dog to have a starting position as well. So we're going to go to events and drag out when green flag is clicked. Go to motion and drag out go to X and Y block. Change the value of X to -200 and Y to 60. Then we need to interact with the second sprite. So we're going to go to event and drag out when space key is pressed. Click on the drop down arrow and choose right arrow. Go to motion, drag out move 10 steps and change the number 10 to a 5. Then go to control and drag out if. Go to sensing and drag out touching mouse pointer. Click on the drop down arrow and select sprite 2. Then we go to looks and drag out say hello for 2 seconds and type there hooray. Alright, so now we click the green flag. Alright. Hooray, and I did it. And click the green flag and they both go to their starting positions. What else can we do to our game? We can try having some sounds. So let's go to the sounds tab. Click on the speaker icon and look for either clapping or cheering sounds. So let's go and look for either clapping or cheering sounds. I've got cheer right here and I click OK. Then I'm going to go to script, click on my cat and drag out from the sound, play sound, meow, and drag it right underneath say block. Click on the drop down arrow. Oh, it's not there. So I need to go back to sound, click cheer and say OK. Click on meow. Here it is. And we can have the same for our dog. Okay, so for the dog, you'll just click on dog 2, sound, play sound, cheer. Alright, we can also do a race against the computer. So instead of using your arrow keys, we can go to events, drag out when green flag is clicked. Oh no, we don't have to do that. We can use this green flag right here. So let's drag this code right at the bottom. So when green flag is clicked, we can have the go to X, which is -200, and Y, which is 60. Then go to motion and drag out glide 1 second to X and Y block. change the 1 to a 7, change the value of x to 140, and leave the y value as it is. Go to looks and drag out the save block and type there hooray as well, so that you race against the computer. So you can click the green flag and see that your dog goes by its own while you use the space key. You can also customize your stage. So let's do this. Have them at the starting point. So let me just put this down here. Okay. So let's go to the backdrops. And we can draw a divider between the two. So I have to pick a white color and then change the width length. Then draw a nice, whoops. I have to close this. Where's the line tool? Here it is, line tool. Draw a nice straight line. There we go. I'll bring up the tips again. It says here we need to have 1 and 2. So let's close this. We can use the text tool or the T tool right here. Put it here and type there 1. We can increase the size. Click again on the text tool. Put there 2. Increase the size as well. I'll bring up the tips again. Shows here we need to have finish at the end. Okay, so let's type there finish. Have our text here. I'm going to type there finish. Turn it around like this. Increase the size. Make sure it's straight. I'm going to type a capital F over there for finish. Pull up the tips again. See, they've got like balloons and banners, but you guys can experiment with those. And there you have it. Your race to the finish game. If you want to save this, you can click on File, Save As. Look for the place you want to save this at and save it as Race to the Finish and click on Save. And there we have it.